But I wanted to just first kind of talk about like, how did you get in this business? Why did you want to be an entrepreneur?
After school, after I graduated, my mom kept on with me about join the military, go to college. I was an okay student, didn't like being in the classroom. So after her begging me multiple times, I went and saw the Air Force recruiter. I joined the Air Force. I traveled around the world doing that. And then right when I got out, it was a really hard transition. And I was kind of lost in life, drinking, partying, just not living right. Because you go from the Air Force and get out and you're, jobless or just doing like side work. It can be hard. It was hard on me. So anyways, ended up doing construction work for the first time in my life for a guy. And we did a little bit of dock work, some stairs and whatnot. I worked for him for about 3 months. I ended up quitting working for him. So anyways, I was in a bar one night, lost, and I'd been drinking. I ran into an old school teacher of mine. She was like, well, what are you doing now? How are you doing? And she was like my favorite teacher, so I didn't want to be like, let her down.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm doing a little bit of construction on the side, even though I just quit working for him. And she was like, really? She was like, our swim deck needs redeck. Could you do that? I was like, yeah, I could do that. Because I knew I could if I set my mind to it. Have I ever done it? No.
Wow.
So I said, let me come give you a quote. And I called my buddy who had a construction company at the time. I said, hey man, what should I quote this? I don't know. And so he told me a price. I said, okay, that's good money. I'm gonna do half that so I'll get the job. And so that's what happened. And she accepted it and didn't have a workboat, had an old truck, some basic tools, started decking the swim deck. And thankfully it was for a while, it was one of the smallest jobs I've ever done, or anything bigger I may not have been able to do it. So I did it. It took me probably about 4 days to do it. And I was like, I really enjoy this. And the finished product, I was like, this looks good. And she was like, this looks really good. She was like, you know what? I'm going to refer you to a couple of my friends. And she did. I did their docks.